Hello, and welcome to Let's Get Lit with Johnston Green Power.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have special guest, Alice Paul.
Thank you for having me, Johnston. Fire away.
No problem, Alice. I only have one question to begin with. Today you're known as a women's rights activist. But was there one person in particular that pushed you to become the lady you are today?
Well, there is one person who pushed me to fight for what I believe in.
Would you like some lemonade, Alice? You were out in the fields for so long today.
No thanks, Mother. I feel just fine.
Are you sure? You do look a little flushed. Maybe you want to lie down?
You aren't offering lemonade to my brothers, who are working in the fields for just as long as I was.
You're right, that was the wrong thing to say. You and your brothers, Perry and William, are just as strong.
I might even be stronger. I mean, look at my arms.
You do have strong arms. As Quakers, we should believe that men and women are equal. Don't ever let anyone take that away from you, and don't ever forget that.
My mother always encouraged me to work hard and to stay strong.
Well, my mother always told me to take more showers, but I never did. Well, getting back on topic, how did you get involved in the women's suffrage movement?
Well, my mother had been a member on NASA for many years, so feminism had always been part of my life.
Could you remind me what NASA stands for again? I have trouble with acronyms. LOL.
NASA stands for National American Women's Suffrage Association. I think I really got into the movement when I was in Europe. One speech by Christabel Pankhurst really made me think about the feminism movement.
It is deeds, not words, that will bring forth the equality we seek.
Woo! Christabel is one of the people who showed me that this movement was essential to gaining equality.
Interesting. So what you're telling me was a lot of people were influential in your joining of the suffrage movement.
Yes, that is very true. Christabel also showed me that sometimes you had to be tough in order to win. She's one of the reasons why I did things such as marches and hunger strikes outside the White House.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work. But what I'm wondering now is, what was your most important action in the movement?
That's a tough one. Let me think.
Women need liberty. Women need liberty. Women need liberty.
Liberty! Liberty! Liberty!
Hey, stop this
I'm
march!
not doing anything wrong!
You're disrupting all this traffic.
No, but...
Go home and do something useful. Good for your husband. You're
No,
going to
I'm
jail.
a feminist. I can do what I want. No, women need to have rights. It's not fair. No! Jail wasn't very fun. Most of us went on a hunger strike. They force-fed us and beat us. The only thing that kept us going was imagining our daughters one day dropping their vote in a ballot box.
Wow, Alice, that sounds very tough. I don't think I could do that. I can barely stay away from food for over an hour. Before we end our show today, would you like to talk about any last person?
Well, there was one very important person in my life, and her name was Lucy Burns.
Wow, Alice, that was a great story.
If I had to, I'd do it all over again. As you may know, the woman won the fight. In 1919, the 19th Amendment was passed to give women everywhere in the U.S. the right to vote. That day was the greatest of my life.
Wow, Alice. I just have one more question for you. Was this interview the second best day of your life?
Of course it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alice Paul.
cut this
Yeah,
back.
What was that?
I'm filming. I can cut this back out.
It was the
Okay, right.
greatest of my life.
Wow, Alice. I just have one more question for you. Was this interview or the countdown? Wow, Alice.
That was the greatest day of my life. Dustin, you have to know.
Was this interview the second best day of your life?
Of course.
Oh, Alice.